Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today, we're going to talk about something that we talked about briefly yesterday on our live stream. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. We're going to expand on it a little bit more in detail and give you guys a little bit of insight on if you can do this or not, and give you maybe some more options. Today we're going to talk about something. This really should be a two-part series, but we're just going to make it one part. Two different things. One is if you decided to get married online, and what the process will be if you needed to do that. Now, there are people out there, there are actually websites that actually cater to this, that you can actually get married online. Now, I don't know, it's actually according to what I've read. I don't know if it's true or not now. And what I read so far is it's illegal because they want people at the same location. The only thing is it's the same location. They want the two people together at the same location. That's the Filipino law. Getting married online, you can get married online, but as far as the Filipino statute said, that it has to be together. Now, I don't know if that's changed. There is a new bill in Congress called the 7042 bill that is going to allow people to get married online because of this current situation. I don't know if it's passed yet. I tried to find out a little bit more about it. I could not find out. Well, anyway, this House Bill is 7042. They're going to require you to get a residential barangay certificate. That is a man or woman that's living in their barangay. You have to contact the embassy and contact them and make sure that it's still in force and what they're trying to achieve. You can get married and process the papers online. And they do it like a Zoom situation. Now, there's a couple things that I see wrong there. You know, if you know you're Filipina and you've known her for a period of time, and you've known her that, okay, no matter what, I'm gonna do this because I know her. I've been here to the Philippines. In other words, if you've not been to the Philippines, don't marry someone online. They can tell you they have one kid, they could have three. They can tell you they have two kids, and they don't. But get this. What if you do this? Why don't you guys meet a couple outside the Philippines? There are actually 30 countries that will accept a Filipina entrance. They have to get their visa before they leave this country. They're going to require it from here. They're going to say, okay, where you going? What are you going to be doing? Why, you got to get all your certificates and your papers and all that in order here when you leave. But here are a list of countries that you can actually travel to. And you can actually, if you want to get married. Just have her meet you in that country. And it is, can you do it? Yes. Can it happen? Yes. People are leaving the Philippines all the time. It's just there's certain criteria you have to meet before you leave. If you're actually a Filipino and you have a passport, there's criteria, but you can do it and you're able to do it. Mexico, you just go online and file for a visa. You just go online. You go to meet in Mexico. Say, hey, I'm going to meet you so-and-so in Mexico. I'm going to get you a ticket. We're going to do this. We're going to fill out your visa online. And you go on the Mexican embassy and fill out the form, and they get you your visa. And I think it usually arrives within a few days. It's all online. You just print it out. Vietnam you can actually go to Vietnam. And a lot of these is, what I'm saying, it's the entry into these countries are easier for Filipino than it is for some of the other countries wherever you're coming from. U.S., it wouldn't be a problem going there. You just have to meet the criteria. You have to do the things you need to do. Now, presently, some of the countries that I've listed here are open for visas. This was online. Some may not be because as of the date, as of this month, I checked these. Barbados, that's actually a beautiful place. Bolivia, I've never been to Bolivia. I don't know. Brazil. Cambodia gives 90 days from entrance. Costa Rica, Fiji, 4 months. They give you a visa upon entry, 4 months visa. So if you have a Filipina that you want to meet, that would be the best thing. Instead of getting married online, okay, granted, you're by yourself, you're with her, you don't have the family. Well, this is when you pull out the video camera, do FaceTime and everything else. This is when you do live streaming on YouTube, and this is our wedding. This is when you do stuff like that. Because if you think about it, there's nothing better than having that touch. You need the touch. Haiti, 3 months. Hong Kong, 14 days upon entry. Singapore, 30 days. Taiwan, 14. Now, a lot of them are going to tell you that you need to have your shots. They need to have the card. You need to have everything in order. Some may require that you go get another medical. But in the long run, before you enter into that country, but in the long run, it might be a beneficial situation for you. But the online getting married online, really kind of, I was thinking about that. And I said, I don't see a good thing about that. Let's just say, Ruth and I, we've seen each other, we've been together. I go back to U.S., I'm working, and then all of a sudden, bam, this thing hit, and I can't get back. We're not married. We're planning to get married, say, instead of March, say October. What am I to do, right? I can't get back to see her. I love her and I want to be with her. The option would be is the first thing I would have done and would do and still would do before all of this to this point, I would find a country that can I bring her to, that she can get out and take her there. And I would have done this before things started getting really hairy. Because here in the Philippines, they don't think a lot of times one day ahead. They live by the day. They don't live by the future. So for me, I live a week, 2 week, 4 week, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months out. How bad is this COVID going to be? How bad are we going to be tied in? Automatically, common sense would have told you that you were going to be tied in for a period of time, even though people thought lightly of it. I mean, if you remember back in March, I said, well, this is going to be a long haul because here's the reasons why. It's a snowball effect. It starts one way and it starts snowballing, snowballing. To break that snowball up at the end of the mountain, it's hard. And it's really don't get broken up all the way because there's always a new reason for you to go back and do what you do. Oh, now you got to wear masks. Now you got to do this because it really is affecting everybody's lives. With this situation, get married online, I see that it's going to be really, if you think about it, it's going to be really tough for someone to say, okay, I want to get married online. Okay, I still can't meet you. I still can't come there, but we're going to fill out the paperwork and I'll be there. Well, if you meet outside the country, it's going to cost you money, but you can save, and hopefully you've saved for the money, and hopefully you have the money. Because if you don't have the money and you're planning to come here, you're out of luck anyway. And this last year, the prices here have increased so much, inflation's increased so much, it costs me the same amount of money for everything that I am in USA, except for the insurance, property taxes, rent, things of that nature. Taxi service, taxis, vehicles. But everything else is food, electric, all that stuff has gone up to the USA standards. I mean, people that I know have very little aircon, very little anything, is still paying $100 a month here. You know? So how you handle that is it's very hard to handle that situation because if they're paying $100 a month, I mean, I remember in my apartment I was paying $100 a month and it's just a one-bedroom apartment back, 5-6 years ago. So my point, all this is just think before you act. Don't think, don't marry someone online if you've not met them. If you've met them and you've been for a period of time, you feel comfortable with it, that's fine. Now, I have a friend that was going to Taiwan, ended up in Taiwan. He's going to bring his lady to Taiwan. She got held up. She was boarded on the plane, and they off-boarded her. And she is in a pickle, right? She's there in that city up in Manila, and she's off-boarded. Now, the reason she was off-boarded is you have to make sure that you have all your paperwork in order, and they found that I guess there was something wrong. The dates were wrong or something. What if they looked at it? I don't know why they didn't see it before. But eventually she ended up there where they met in Taiwan. And so they're in Taiwan now. Now, they're getting married, and then they're going to stay there until the paperwork processes, and however long that takes, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, or whatever it is, and then they'll fly back in. So that's a positive thing for them. So I would really think about this online getting married online thing. It's a way around the situation, and there are sites out there. But here's the thing that really bothers me too: is the Cinemar. You do a Cinemar on someone, they check to see if you're married or not, this, that, and other, and that's fine. But you really don't know all the particulars. Okay, it may say that she has 3 kids, but she has 5. It may say she has 2 children and she has 10. Don't underestimate someone that's 23, 25, 30 years old not having 3, 4, 5, 6 children. Don't underestimate that, because do they? Yes. I mean, because in the Philippines, some get pregnant early on, and early on can be below 16, and then at 16 they have 17, 18 have a child, and have another child, and have another child, and another child, and because it's life, that's the way it is, and that's the way the cookie crumbles here. But I'm just saying, the 7042 bill, I'm not really sure if that's passed yet, but anyway, that's my take on all this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for always watching my videos, our videos, and God bless everybody.